you ever notice that after your 30s, life stops feeling like something you're building and more like something that keeps happening to you? Same kind of people and same arguments with a new calendar year. You blame stress, money, your boss, your partner, your childhood, and it never fully explains it. Because the scary part is this: a part of you that you've never met on purpose is quietly running the show. But let me interrupt you. This is not just a poetic way of saying you've got issues. Carl Jung spent decades mapping a psychological trap that you, me, your ex, your boss, everyone will never completely escape. Getting older doesn't fix it. Being self-aware doesn't fix it. But if you understand how this trap works, you can stop being its puppet and start being its partner. So today, let's break down the psychological trap you will never escape, and why that's not a curse, it's an invitation. First thing Jung realized, you don't just have a mind. You live with an inner cast of automatic habits, fears, and beliefs that formed long before you consciously chose anything. By your 30s and 40s, your life is less. Who do I want to be? And more. What script is my unconscious making me repeat? That's the opening move of the trap. Your conscious self thinks it's in charge. Meanwhile, your deeper mind is quietly going, sure. Anyway, we're going to recreate that unresolved story from years ago. So what happens to the parts of you that don't fit your image of who I am? You don't delete them. You bury them. Jung called this the shadow. Every trait, impulse, or emotion you'd rather not see in yourself. I'm not angry. I'm not needy. I'm not jealous. Your shadow just thinks, we'll see. If it can't come out honestly, it will come out indirectly, through behavior, patterns, and other people. Which takes us into trap number 1. Trap 1, I'm the good one. After a few decades, you build a comforting story. I'm the reasonable one. I'm the caring one. I'm the one who keeps things together. Nice. Until it gets rigid. The stronger your I'm a good person identity is, the harder it gets to admit. Sometimes I'm bitter. Sometimes I manipulate. And when you refuse to own those parts, your shadow goes, fine, I'll outsource this. Suddenly, everyone around you is selfish, dramatic, irresponsible. You keep your halo. They carry your darkness. If you've ever thought, why do I keep meeting the same type of toxic person? Jung would whisper, careful. They might be holding a piece of you. Which brings us deeper into the trap. Trap 2. The world is a projection screen. Your mind hates contradictions. If you secretly feel envy or anger, but your self-image says, I'm above that, your brain quietly edits reality so those traits appear on someone else. They are the jealous one. They are the cruel one. You're not necessarily lying. From inside your head, it feels true. That's why some arguments feel like two people living in different universes. You're not just disagreeing on facts, you're defending different internal movies. And before you say, yeah, I know someone exactly like that, pause. Because the next trap is the one almost every adult falls into without noticing. Trap 3. The role you forgot you were playing. At some point, you picked a role to survive. The reliable one, the strong one, the peacemaker. That role kept you safe, loved, or useful. Jung called this your persona, the mask you show the world. The trap starts when the mask sticks. You get so good at being the version of you that others like, you lose track of what you actually feel. You say yes when you're exhausted. You solve problems no one asked you to solve. People say, you're so strong, while your nervous system is quietly filing for divorce. And here's the part nobody tells you after 30. If you wear the mask long enough, your life doesn't just feel tiring, it starts repeating. Which leads us straight into trap number 4. Trap 4. Different faces, same story. You change jobs, you change partners, you move cities, and yet, on some emotional level, it's the same story. You end up feeling used, or ignored, or like the only adult in the room. Jung saw this as a huge red flag. When life keeps giving you the same feeling with different characters, it's often your unconscious trying to finish a story you keep walking away from. It's like your shadow saying, "We didn't learn this last time. Let's try again. New cast, same script." And if this sounds uncomfortably accurate, good, because now we hit the part that makes this trap feel inescapable. Trap 5. You can't get rid of it. You can only relate to it. Here's the paradox. You will never be completely free from your unconscious. You will always have a shadow and blind spots. Getting older doesn't erase that. But Jung wasn't trying to depress us. He was saying, your job is not to escape the trap. Your job is to see it while you're in it, to notice when the same script starts again, to catch yourself thinking, it's always them, and gently ask, what's my part here? To feel jealousy or shame and admit, yep, that's mine. I don't like it, but it's mine. That moment of honesty is where the trap loosens a little. If you're past 30, here's what living with Jung's trap, instead of inside it, can look like. You treat emotional triggers as information, not proof that the world hates you. Instead of, I can't believe they said that, you ask, why did that land so hard for me? You stop trying to win every argument and start trying to understand your reactions. You experiment with small acts of rebellion against your old role, saying no without apologizing for 3 minutes, letting someone misunderstand you without sending a novel to explain, admitting, I'm not okay today, and leaving it at that. You stop hunting for the perfect relationship, job, or friend who will finally fix the pattern, and you start becoming the kind of person who doesn't need that pattern to feel familiar. Slowly, your life stops feeling like a loop and starts feeling like a conversation between you and your unconscious. Not, how do I kill my shadow? But, what is it trying to show me this time? So no, you will never escape this psychological trap completely, but you can stop being dragged by it. The moment you stop pretending you're purely the good one. The moment you can say, I'm complicated, I'm light and dark, and I'm willing to see both. That's the moment your unconscious doesn't have to scream through repeated heartbreak just to get your attention. If this hit a little too close to home, that's probably your shadow nudging you. And if you want a place where we keep unpacking this with a bit of dark humor and a lot of honesty, you're welcome here. You can subscribe, stay in this little corner of the internet, and keep learning how to work with your psychology instead of being ambushed by it. Because you may never escape the trap, but you can absolutely stop pretending you don't see it. And that one decision might quietly change the rest of your life.